Good day, ma'am. We are the Group 4, with members Gabutan Darren K, Nayve Kenneth James, Ocho Joli Andrea, Paring Deo, Sotaridona Zaira Joy, and Yabes Naiah. And the topic we are going to discuss is about reporting and presentation skills. The engineering industry has been highly competitive, which demands strong communication and presentation skills, and these skills are highly recognizable in the industry. With that, engineering students undergo different ways to enhance their reporting and presentation skills. They learn through writing technical papers, having an oral presentation, and conveying their ideas through engineering drawings. And with those said methods, these are divided into three categories, which are written, oral, and graphical communication.
What is written communication? Written communications are one of the important parts in engineering. It is where engineers share their ideas, instructions, and lab test results to other engineers. So one example of written communication is a progress report. As the name suggests, a progress report summarizes how much progress has been made on a project and which of the main objectives has been accomplished. Another example of written communication is an executive summary. It is basically a summary, but it is a way of communicating with people in the top management positions. So another is a short memo. A short memo is basically a memorandum, but it is short and it is another way of conveying information concisely to a specific group of people or individuals. It has only 2 pages and contain the header and the body of the memo. Another is a technical report. Technical reports that cope with experimental research. So it is a scientific research. What are the parts of a technical report? One part of a technical report is the title. A title is basically a gist of the research. It is a brief description of the report contents. Another one is an abstract. It is basically the summary of the research. It states the objectives, emphasizes significant findings, and present conclusions and or recommendations. Another part of a technical report is the table of contents. It's basically a list of the sections and subsections of a research or report and their corresponding numbers in the research paper. Another one is the introduction. As the name suggests, this introduces what the report is all about. It's basically in a general context of the report or research and provides the background information that they need to understand.
Objectives. It states what is to be investigated through the performance of the whole experiment, or simply what answers do we need to find. This section has also the scope and limitations of the study and its significance. Next is theory and analysis. This section states pertinent principles, laws, and equations. Also presents analytical models, define unfamiliar terms or symbols, and states important assumptions associated with experimental design. Next is the apparatus and experimental procedures. This section presents a list of apparatus and instrumentations that will be used. It also describes how you perform the experiment, stating it step by step and showing the instrument set up by means of a diagram. Data and results. This section is where you report the findings of your study that have been collected from the investigation. The section should simply state the findings without bias or interpretation and arranged in a logical sequence. After that is the discussion of the results. This section emphasizes and explains to the reader the result of the experiment and point out their significance. This section has also a purpose of answering the objectives of the study, justify the approach, and critically evaluates the study. Conclusion and recommendation. This section compares your objectives and experimental results. It states the major findings that can be drawn from the discussion and indicates any further work that needs to be done or identifies the alternative you think best solves or improves the problem. Next is the appendix. It provides copies of original datasheets, diagrams, and supplementary notes. It has the information that supports your analysis, but it's not essential to its explanation. And finally, references. A list of references must be included in the report. When you're writing your report, you must document every quotation, paraphrase, and summary. More simply put, you must reference any and all sources you use to complete the report.
Next is oral communication. Some specific principles should be followed concerning formal presentation. Your oral presentation shows the result of all your efforts concerning a certain project that you may have created for a considerable length of time. All data must be conveyed in a manner that is easily comprehended by your audience, or else all your efforts will become insignificant just because your listeners cannot understand on how your project was created or how an examination was performed. Knowledge and technical know-how are necessary, but an excellent communication skills, particularly oral, must be exposed with it. In reality, communication and presentation skills are considered to be one of the best career enhancers. It is a common belief at workplace that engineers equipped with effective oral communication improves organization profitability at workplace. Therefore, organizational management gives major assignment to those engineers who appear to be equipped with effective oral communication skills.
Oral communication skills can be enhanced, and here are some of the things that should be noted. First, be organized and well prepared. Before the presentation, make sure to have an outline of your content and purpose for the type of audience and event you have. Second, practice your presentation before conveying it to a live crowd. Ask some people to be your audience and practice as if they are your actual audience, and then ask them for recommendations. Third, present information in a manner that is easily comprehended by your listeners. Avoid words that are uncommon and jargons or words that are too technical. Fourth, directly discuss your points in delivering an oral presentation. Be concise with your presentation. Only keep the talk for 20 to 30 minutes long. However, if you need more time, you need to keep your audience entertained. Fifth, connect with your audience. You need to maintain eye contact and never turn your back from the audience. Sixth, you need to use good visual aids. In your presentations, you may use software such as PowerPoints and use diagrams, graphs, or models so that your presentation is not too wordy. Seventh, follow dress code. Wear clothes that are appropriate for the type of event and your audience. Last but not least, be aware of how you speak. You need to be conscious of your verbal and nonverbal actions. Take note of your intonation, pronunciation, speed, volume, and your hand gestures. Remember to keep these things in mind to improve your reporting and presentation skills through oral communication.
Graphical communication. Graphical communication made use of engineering drawings and models which serve as a language used by engineers to share their ideas, solve problems, and analyze certain situations. This language consists of definite rules that one must master to be successful in engineering design. According to Introduction to Graphics Communication for Engineers by Gary Bertoline, 92% of the design process in engineering is graphically based. The remaining 8% is distributed between mathematics and written and verbal communications. This is mainly because graphics is the primary means of communication in design processing. Graphics plays an essential role in all areas of engineering, in documentation, design, analysis, modeling, and in communication. To communicate their ideas and design information about products, engineers use special kinds of drawings called engineering drawings. With the help of symbols and signs, these drawings provide important information such as the shape and size of the product, materials used, and steps on how to assemble it.
The importance of engineering graphics. First, communication. Graphical communication is more convenient in expressing an idea in engineering. In producing a product, the proposal must contain the exact and detailed design of an object so that the manufacturer produces the exact product that the engineer visualizes. Second, solving problems. Technical graphics also conduct solutions to technical problems. Third, quickly and accurately visualizing objects. Graphical communication is a way that an engineer translates the visualized image of an object into a real one. Fourth, conducting analysis. Engineering analysis made use of engineering graphics to truly evaluate the features of a product.
Changes in engineering design process. Throughout the centuries, the engineering design process is crucial in creating or building an object. Traditionally, many tools used in technical drawings were dated back from ancient Greece. These traditional tools are devices used to assist the human hands in many ways, such as drawing a straight line or making a circle circular. But as the time goes by, technologies emerge and it created a new phase of change in the engineering design process. This new way of designing is called computer-aided design or drafting systems, or simply CAD, which is defined by Bertolini 2009 as a computer software and related computer hardware that can make any technical drawings virtually.